First piece on the program is by a young American composer named Patrick Harlin, who's extremely talented. And it's got a great story behind it because it was inspired when Patrick was reading a book called Blind Descent, which chronicles the experience of two rival caving teams as they were competing to become the first to the lowest depth in the earth. And in the book, they talk about this phenomenon that cavers experience called rapture. It's simply the primal urge to escape. The orchestra begins, kind of low. It's like you get a feeling of depth, and then you get a feeling of increased intensity, and it builds and builds and builds to a point where it's almost overwhelming. Well, Samuel Barber is another great American composer, one of my personal favorites, and I love the First Symphony because it's so economical in the way it's written. It's got all the power and drama of like a Mahler symphony in about 20 minutes. It's amazing. It's got one of the great oboe solos in the repertoire, and of course we have a wonderful principal oboe player in Eric Baer, so it's a great opportunity for him to shine. The second half of the program opens with Fantasia on a theme of Thomas Tallis by the great English composer Vaughan Williams. Thomas Tallis was one of England's foremost musicians back in the 16th century, so he was very gifted, very well known in his time. And I think that Vaughan Williams drawing from material of Thomas Tallis is again a nice way to set up the four last songs, which very much looks backward at a full life, just like Vaughan Williams looks backward in history of English music with Thomas Tallis. Four Last Songs, as the title would suggest, was one of the last pieces that Strauss ever wrote. And it's really Strauss's farewell to the world, and he lived a very long, very wonderful life. He was in his mid-80s when he died. It takes us through different stages in life, really, from the spring. The opening movement is entitled Spring, to September, a little bit later, and then we have Beim Schlafen gehen, which is going to sleep, so it's a little bit of a transition, and then the final movement, Im Abendrot, is like this most beautiful, it literally means a red sunset. And I'm really looking forward to Erin Wall's coming to Rochester. She's a great, especially in German repertoire, she's a great Mahler singer, great Strauss singer. She's sung all over the world, all the major opera houses. It's her first time in Rochester, which I'm thrilled about. We've known each other for quite a long time, and she's a lovely person, and she's just a great artist, and I'm really looking forward to welcoming her to Rochester.